And the energy of the week is feeling a bit higher, but it's also feeling like we need to get more in touch with ourselves and get more grounded. So I'm going to jump in and do a card pull using the Earthen Soul Oracle and the Work Your Light decks. I'm just going to cleanse the decks before I get started. I hope whatever you're doing today, it's filling your heart and soul. This is a beautiful new deck that I got a couple weeks ago, so I'm excited to see the messages that have been coming have been incredible. Right, that burned quite a bit. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with the Work Your Light and see what message needs to come up for this week for the collective. All right, 2 came out, so I'm just going to go with that. And then I'm going to pull 1 from the Earthen Soul. There we go. 1 just jumped out. All right, so this, ooh, really good. Really good for going within. Self-reflection. And I'm going to read this in the book because I am newer to it. Self-reflection. There we go. 33. When was the last time you have checked in with yourself? Self-reflection allows your brain a chance to take a break amongst the chaos and to straighten out your observations. When you allow your thoughts and feelings to stay cooped up in your mind, it can cause confusion and frustration. Spend some time to do some self-reflection and touch base on how everything makes you feel. The purpose of this is to evaluate what aligns with you and what does not. It helps you understand what you need most. Taking moments to recognize all of the accomplishments you have successfully made, even the small ones, can be a huge reminder of everything you do. Reflect on those moments of weakness to better understand how you can evolve from them. Maintaining this practice into your routines will help you stay aligned and help you grow. So that is a great, great reminder. The best way to go within, self-reflection. So that's definitely something that is coming through strong. And then from the Work Your Light decks, these definitely go together. The Crumbling, what are you holding on to? So a lot of times in our lives, that can be what feels normal to us or what feels like societal norms. And sometimes it's not. 333, we just hit that. And sometimes it's not meant for you. For example, for me, when I began using essential oils years ago, it was totally out of the norm of what society was, doing and believing at that time. Thankfully, I held strong with that, and I wanted to test it myself. And once I demonstrated for myself the power within essential oils for our physical health, for our emotional health, and recalibrating our bodies, essentially, I haven't looked back. And what's interesting is that was a really big growth moment for me, because that's something that, like, people's opinions and what they think, that would have held me back in the past. And so as you grow, you know more, and you become more aligned in your heart and your soul. So the other one, which goes right along with it, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So that is self-explanatory completely. How are you dimming your light to fit in? Journaling might be a great way to kind of figure that out for yourself. The oil that came to mind is a blend, and it's called In Tune. What I love about it is, for me, it has a very masculine scent. which is kind of a reminder for me to sink back into my feminine. So I use this typically during the day if I need to focus on something, because it is our focus blend. So it has sandalwood, patchouli, frankincense, lime, ylang ylang. So both sandalwoods, Hawaiian and West Indian, and Roman chamomile. So it's a really, really nice blend. But yes, it does smell kind of on the more masculine. So in tune is the oil of presence. In contrast to lemon oil, known as the oil of focus, in tune calms the mind and facilitating inner peace, whereas lemon activates the mind. In tune quiets and grounds mental forces. It is especially beneficial to those with a short attention span. It encourages individuals to remain present with the task at hand and to complete a project, goal, or activity before moving on to the next. In tune is therefore supportive to individuals who have become lost in thought, those who rapidly jump from one activity or idea to the next, as well as those who lose themselves in daydreams and fantasy. So it is a super, super nice blend. So I do welcome you to try that. And one thing I also wanted to kind of chime in on is kind of keeping in tune in mind, calming and grounding our mind, and bringing things into focus that we need to focus on. I've noticed within myself, and I'm sure it's a pattern within others, that if you experience any type of trauma, and it may not be to you, I mean, the physical trauma could be to someone else, and you may experience, say, an emotional trauma or something, kind of coming off what someone else is experiencing. Be patient with yourself. Be really, really, really patient with yourself. Personal story. I used to be so vigilant in going over, all of our finances, stuff like that. And I do still, but not to the same extent as I did many years ago, when I experienced a real massive shakeup one year in my life that really just, it's like it took my life and just turned it upside down. It was interesting. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind.